Thank you guys again for tuning into today's episode. I want to give a friendly reminder, if you haven't already, please go check out my latest book, The Codfather, available on Amazon and in the Kindle store now. Welcome back to Lifestyle, the Broken Creative Podcast. I'm your host, Eric, and today's episode is called YO ALANTUDE. I met our next guest briefly at Pride in New York City this year. I saw what looked like a gay superhero with their rainbow cape whipping in the wind. Little did I know it was up-and-coming Mexican-American fashion designer, Project Runway alum, and now the host of Project Runway Redemption on BravoTV.com, Alan Gonzalez. I am so excited to have him on the show. He is quite the personality, and we have a lot to talk about. Hi, Alan. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me. I really appreciate it.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I am getting ready. I'm flying out to LA this week to sort of scout out and get ready for our next production. And the craziness never stops. I feel like I'm doing nothing and everything all at the same time. I don't know how I managed to do that, but that's my life.
That's how it goes, honey. You're starting it out as just as like a big whirlwind. So just go with it.
We're going with the flow. I'm excited.
So everything with the pandemic, though, how was that?
The business, we ran a complete mask operation immediately starting. It was wild. Yeah. I remember I was sitting at home and I was like, why am I not doing anything? How do I help? And so that's why we started the whole mask business. At the peak of it, in the craziness of it all, we were making about 2,000 masks a week.
Oh,
it was
damn.
Insane just how easy it came. Yeah. So the pandemic turned us into a completely new operation. Yeah. I'm so used to doing custom wear where it's just one of a kind, it's made, to order. And that threw me into more of a cookie cutter business type sense. So that was a learning curve for me as a designer. And it definitely opened my eyes to new possibilities of what Alantude can do.
Yeah, definitely. You flipped into a mass production business overnight.
Literally overnight. It was wild. I started with for 2 weeks, I think it was, my mother and I were doing it all ourselves. And we were still putting out about 300-400 masks a week where it was just her and I. But it was non-sleep, no eating. It was just so all day. And eventually I was just we can't keep up. So I literally had to open up a cute little sweatshop. And I was we're just gonna get who we can and we're gonna make it work. And we made it work, but wow, mass production is another monster.
Yeah. Well, at least we're sort of past that now.
Right.
Well, that's really great. I love that you did that. We had to that's where this all started. That's where my little podcast and everything originated. That. I'm a writer, so I was how do I get my writing out there? I have kids' books out, so I'm it's hard not having an actual publicist or anything like that to do all this. So right. I was you know what, let me start something creative. So I love that you did that. You had to work with it.
It was a very Phoenix moment, something birthed out of the ashes. So I love that. Here we are.
And then, so you were born in Mexico.
I was born in Mexico.
Raised in Houston, Texas. So Can you tell us a little bit about your childhood? Who was little Alan?
Little Alan? Little Alan he is as wild as he is now. That little man was wild. Yes. Always artistic, always center stage. I did theater my whole life, right up until I graduated high school. So I was always on camera, on stage. That was basically my whole life. And I had an amazing supportive parents. My mom and my dad were always there to support me and push me into whatever crazy dream Alan was doing at the time. And then around high school graduation was when I realized that fashion was more my gig.
Oh,
And surprisingly, now I'm doing costumes for TV shows. So I'm back in this like
yes.
theater world. And it works out. It works out because
Full
Alan Tudyk
circle.
is theatric. So it really is. It really has been a full circle.
Oh, I love that. So, okay, so around high school is when you thought fashion was your direction. Before that, were you thinking like maybe becoming an actor, going into acting?
I did actually. I always thought that I was going to be like on stage. You know, your boy did like musical theater. I was singing and
Wow.
dancing and like the whole
Okay.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Alan was in it. And then I don't know. I mean, I do know what sparked. I had a fashion show. I want to say like junior year, and people were like, "You might want to rethink your career, girl." So I was like, "All right,
Yes.
let's rethink it." But yeah, I did. I really thought I was just like, Alan's gonna be on stage, I guess. And now I'm hosting, so I guess we are doing it.
Exactly. Everything is coming
She's
out.
multi-talented. What can
That's
I
it.
say?
Yes, queen. That's it. No, but I love all that for you because you have like such a personality that needs to be out there. People need to see it and you need to shine.
Thank you, thank
Um,
you.
of course. So then you made it to Project Runway last season for season
Right.
18. What was that whole experience like?
Yeah, so I was on season 18 of Project Runway. It was crazy. It was insane. I mean, the way I say it is like when you watch the show, as crazy as it seems, living it is probably like 10 times worse.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
insane.
I
I
can
remember watching the season prior and I was like, why is everybody running? Like
imagine.
stop running, just get your shit together and do it. Like stop running. Just stop. And
Yeah,
then I get there and I find my little ass just like running everywhere. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, oh, I get it. I see why everybody's running. Okay, okay, okay. Got it. So it's crazy. It's insane. The hours that go into it. I mean, you're producing a show. You're on a show. You're on a reality show. And at the same time, you have to be creative. So it's insane.
Yeah, that's exhausting. I get exhausted just doing this, and this barely takes like an hour every time I choose to do it. So it's like, it's a lot. I can't even imagine. And then you guys have to like come up with these crazy, elaborate looks. And they say it's a day, but it's like, is it really a day? No, you're not getting 24 hours.
Right. It's the time they give you. It's insane. It's crazy.
Wow. So what are some challenges that you yourself face as a designer, and did they like come to light in the show? Do you think like they showed themselves on there as well?
It did for sure. So I mean, I was the youngest one on my season. I was 24 when I went on the show, and
Little
I was
baby.
I was like a little baby. Like talk about a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like to go on national television like that at
Yeah,
24, on up against some amazing, amazing designers that have been doing this for like years and years and years and years and years. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy to think that I was even up against them. And so that was definitely, I mean, I was fresh. That was a challenge for sure in my book. And I think that I've grown so much since then. And it's helped me become who I am because I do work so fast.
yeah,
And I think that it was just the overthinking it and questioning my own process and my own ideas and my own designs that
yeah,
now I've had to really like overcome that and be like, Alan, you just have to, be confident and go for it, girl.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that was a challenge to overcome for sure that blew up on the show and now I've been able to overcome it.
Oh, I love that because and you know what? I feel like every creative goes through that. We're always critiquing the hell out of our work, almost to the point of not putting it out. And then it's like, do it. And then after it's out, it's like, oh God, I don't want to look at it again. But you have to embrace your talents and go for it.
Right.
Um,
That's 1000% it.
so I love to hear that you're actually doing it though. And you are like living your best life. I see you doing everything. So go off, honey. Just keep
Thank
doing
you.
you.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
then,
I have to remind myself that sometimes. I have to like stop and look back and be like, wait a minute, bitch, you're doing it. You're doing the
yeah,
damn thing. Like, yeah, it's when you're just going and going and going and going and going, and I'm just like going forward. I
yeah.
do sometimes just have to like pause and be like, wait, you're having a great time. Stop.
Yes, yes. Oh, I love that. And then, so like a fun question, were there any embarrassing moments that didn't make it onto TV that you're like glad didn't make it onto TV?
Were there any embarrassing moments that didn't make it? I would have to say, and I thank God, like the Bravo gods and all the producers that decided to not film me crying. Like,
Oh,
thank you. So the elimination when I was going, it was like
oh,
tears. And like some of
oh.
my contestants, like some of the other contestants, like they do show them crying. And
Yeah.
girl, it ain't cute. It ain't cute. So like, thank God that that was not filmed or aired because
Yeah,
they kept me as this like joyful, cute, spunky,
yeah,
spontaneous little man, and I
yeah.
thank them so much for continuously like delivering that as my because
Oh,
that's what I want to be.
yeah, no, and that's actually so shocking to hear because honestly, I was like, "Oh, you were just so happy." But no,
Right,
I can imagine people that are because I feel like people get that from me too. Like, oh, they're always like, "You're so happy." Bitch, I cry all the time. The
right,
littlest commercial will make me bawl for hours. So it's
one
like,
thousand percent.
so I can definitely get that. But that's such a good one. I wasn't expecting that. I
That
thought
would
it
have
was
been
gonna
it.
be something goofy.
No, I enjoyed everything that I did. I regret nothing. I don't think, I mean, I was myself. I
Yeah.
am myself all the time. Like you will find me like this, like last night out at the club and then this morning at church, like I'm going to be the same person. Like this is what you're going to get every single time. And so what I delivered on camera was exactly Alan. Like that's what it
Yeah,
was.
that's so good. Yeah, it's not easy. Like sometimes pressure gets to you and you feel like you need to be something, but
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
no, I love that.
And
But
no
I
tea, no
think that's
shade.
why
There were
you're
people that did
shining.
that.
Yeah, but look at where it's taking you. If you're yourself, it really does get you further. So keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Thank
So
you.
we were talking about how you're hosting now and you're on TV now. So what exactly are you doing? What opportunities opened up for you since the show?
So many opportunities came from the show. I was very happy about it. I moved to New York because, being in Texas, it was great. It was exciting. I did my thing. But I was like, I want to be in the middle of it. Like they were doing all these like fun New York premieres and like fun New York, like, TV visits and things like that. I was like, why am I not there? I want to be there. So I did. I decided, I'm like, I'm moving. So I moved to New York. I've been here now for almost 2 years, but it was also during the pandemic, so I don't really count that. Don't matter. The point is that we're in New York now. We're having the time of our lives.
Yes.
And they called me up recently to do this host gig for Project Runway Redemption, where they bring back past contestants and they give them like another shot to redeem themselves. And when they first pitched it to me, I was like, okay, great. Like, they want me to compete again. They like
Yeah.
pitched me the whole concept and the whole idea of the show. And I was
Yeah.
like, great. Like, great. Let me put my, my scissors in my back pocket and we're back on. I got to create some stuff again. But then they hit me with, and we want you to host it. I said, oh, I mean, yes, of course, please. That sounds like the best thing ever. And it was. I had a blast doing it. I'm super excited. There should be more coming. And so I think you're right. I think this opens up more doors of me maybe doing things on screen again, as opposed to always being behind the scenes.
Yeah. But then also now people see you and they're like, well, that's Alan of Alantude. It's like, hello. I want that
Exactly.
bitch to make me something to wear on my
Yes.
TV premiere. So that's great. And then so you were saying you thought that maybe they were gonna have you do like your own little redemption episode. So who would you have wanna go against if you had to?
Oh, that's a tough one. Who would I have gone up against? Um, oh my God. I think I would have gone up against Tyler just to see what we would have done, and see who would have taken it. Tyler and I got so close during the show, and so you gotta get with the best right there.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been interesting. I think our designs are pretty similar. We do the same gigs, and so I would have loved to see who would have turned it out.
Yes, it would have been a little like friendly competition.
Exactly, very friendly competition, but bitches don't play. So
Exactly.
that would have been fine because we haven't had to do something like that. So
that would have been cute. That would have been cute. Maybe y'all need to get drunk, get a bottle of wine, and just do it at home yourselves.
Do it anyway. All right, Tyler, I'm gonna call you up, girl. We're gonna see what we do.
That's it. So where can we actually watch the series?
So the series, you can either find it on bravotv.com. You can go to the Bravo app, or you can also watch it on YouTube. So they make it so accessible. They're like, watch it everywhere.
Perfect. And last question about it, but I want to know, are you and Nina now like besties, Miss Garcia?
Nina and I are best friends. We're going to the Hamptons together every weekend now. No. Could you imagine?
She's gonna be like, excuse me, I just heard something that you said we were in the Hamptons.
Yes, we were, Nina, and we had a great time. Thank you for the invitation, girl. No, we actually had a blast. I was really happy being on that side with Nina as opposed to her judging you and like looking, at every single detail of your outfit. It was actually a lot of fun. Like, she's super great. She's super sweet. Great to work with. It
definitely comes off that way too. Like, you can tell.
Right.
She just knows what she likes in fashion, and she knows,
exactly
what it's about. So
exactly. So
that's so cool though, honey. Hey. I'd be like, you never know. She may invite me next summer.
I'll see you there, Nina. We'll see each other soon, girl.
There you go. Manifest it, Alan. That's it. So have you seen the latest Project Runway at all? They just aired the first episode.
I did watch the first episode.
So do you have any predictions?
I don't have any predictions, but I am, of course, going to have to root for my girl, Chastity, because she's from Houston, Texas. We have shown at so many fashion shows together. Like, I personally know her. So, of course, I'm going to be rooting for my girl. I'm biased about it, but that's who I'm rooting for. And we're going all the way. H-Town all the way.
Let's go. Let's go. I'll hold her down too. Okay. Because honestly, I saw like clips of it. I was like doing a million things, so I need to rewatch it. But everyone looked like they did an amazing job the first episode, so I can't wait to watch. I think it's gonna be really
okay. Good. Okay, well, yeah, I think you should watch the full episode then, because
wait, I do remember one
I
thing
have an opinion.
from it.
It's easy when you're on the judging side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been where they are, so I know how hard it is, and I know, like, I can see exactly where everyone's downfall was because I was there, I saw it, I lived it. So it's easy for me to be on this side now and just be like, oh my God, let me judge it. Look at how awful that garment is, right? Like, that part is easy, but I get it, and so I get it.
You know what went into every horrible stitch.
I know 1000%. When I'm seeing like a little clip, when I'm seeing this or that, I'm like, oh, I know exactly what happened right there, honey. I know what went down, and I feel for you.
We shall see. It's gonna be good.
We shall
then.
see.
I need to rewatch because clearly my memory is a little foggy. So we'll see. So let's talk about Alantude though. I want to know like a little bit about the brand. Well, tell us everything about the brand and tell us like about your creative process. Where does everything come from?
So I get inspired. I mean, things around me, like any other artist, whatever's happening in your life at the moment that really triggers inspirations. It's normally very personal. It's art. It's gotta make you feel something. I love throwing in my theatrics into it because of that background that I have. There's always got to be something. We just had our latest collection come out, and that one was inspired by like all of this underwater coral, deep ocean vibes. So we had it at the Momentum Rock Climbing. And so because the structures were just so big and the little rocks really just made you feel submerged into the whole thing, into the whole event.
I thought the whole concept was, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the concept, it really was like oceanic. It was so great.
Thank you.
So where did that idea come from, though? Where did all that stem from?
So that one actually came from the venue first. I was inspired by the venue. I knew that I wanted to have it there. And then I was like, wait, how do we make this happen? Like, I'm not about to make clothes for rock climbers. That's not my gig. That's not my setup. So that's why I took it into, you know what, when I look at it from an artistic standpoint, the rocks actually look to me like we're underwater, like this is coral.
Yeah.
And that's where I threw myself into that. And then all the ideas started pouring out. I found the fabrics that I wanted. I found the colors that I wanted. Everything after that was just, I mean, boom, 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 boom. When I start draping, when I have shapes, you know, when I think of people who are going to wear it, when I see the muse that I would want to wear it, that's where all the inspiration starts happening.
Oh, so intriguing.
I'm currently already working on the next collection. Like, I had already had the idea of what I wanted and like thematically what I wanted before this last show even happened. So you're always just thinking of like the next thing. And that's fashion. You know, you're looking into the future. You're thinking, where are people going? Where am I going to be putting all of these people into?
Yeah, that's it. You always have to look ahead because that's what everyone else is doing too. If you want to stay current and relevant. So then exactly where do you want to be in the next 5 years or so? Like,
wow, I had no wow, where do I want to be in 5 years? I think, you know, I don't even want to think about it. I'm just excited to see where I go. I know that it's going to be something big, and I know that it's going to be great, and I know it's going to be exactly where I need to be at that specific time. Because now that I'm doing so much TV production, like that took a whole turn on another thing that I wasn't ready for, that I didn't even think I wanted to do. You know, it just sort of happened, and now I'm here, and I like disappear for like months on end doing some sort of show that like Alantude gets put to the side for a bit, and then I have to like come back and grab my baby again, and it's like, you know, all of that's happening. So I like this spontaneous life that I'm living right now, and I'm going to continue it as long as I can. I love waking up and not having the same schedule every day.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Is so exciting.
Yes, exactly. That is exciting. That sounds exciting. And I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring, Alan? Who knows? And who wants to know until tomorrow?
I don't want to know. I could die tomorrow. So no, we don't know. You know, it's like
Truth,
it's not
true.
You know, bring it full circle. We started real dark. It's get dark again.
It is spooky season, bitch. What are you gonna be for Halloween? How about that? Let's ask that.
You know what? I have not thought it through. I have no idea what I'm gonna be.
Have you ever spent a New York City Halloween before?
You know what? I haven't. This will be my first New York Halloween.
I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there. I think I'm gonna do like a hippie. So
okay. I can see that. I can see it.
You need to figure something out. I hope to see you out there as well.
I know. So like I said, I don't like to look that far. So like I'm doing the thing that's in front of me, because if not, I'll get lost. So right now I'm just thinking of getting to LA, doing what I need to do there. And then once I come back, I'll think of what I'm doing here. Because I have like 4 different events happening that I have to go make appearances at. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to be. So it'll definitely be a Project Runway moment where it's just me sewing and running everywhere.
Well, that you should record and put online somewhere. Put it on one of your little platforms.
That'll be fun. You're right. I'll do that.
That would be really good. I'll watch.
That's for you.
Thank you. So, Alan, thank you. And I really appreciate you doing this. But lastly, I do like to ask everyone, do you work with any nonprofit organizations? Are there any charities that you want our listeners to know about and possibly get involved with?
So we actually work with Meals on Wheels a lot. It started during the pandemic so back in Houston, the program is meant for hurricane season since we're a Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
So they deliver meals to seniors who can't leave their homes, and that way they can be prepared for the hurricane. Yeah. When the pandemic hit, it turned into there's so many people that can't leave their home, period.
Yeah.
So that's where most of our mass profit went to. Actually, most of our profit went straight to Meals on Wheels, and we continue to work with them. I also think that they have several branches, so they are, in nationwide, and I think that you should look into that.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. I know we have them in New York. They're really big here in New York, so that's awesome. We love Alantude so much.
We love Alantude. You know what I'm saying, y'all?
Y'all do so many great things. We love you, Alan. Like, honestly, I appreciate you so much for doing this. You are just like a burst of light, a burst of energy.
Thanks, guys. The ring light. That's what it is. Yes. Ring light, y'all. That's what
exactly. You gotta have one at home. Everyone needs one.
Everybody needs one. Y'all, if you have not invested at least $15 onto a ring light, you are missing out. And Amazon, I want my coins for this plug right here for ring lights. Because, girl, everybody go out and get a ring light right now.
That's a lot of coins.
And then go to Alantude and put something on that you can wear with the ring light. That's what you need to do.
Yes, I love it. Exactly. But no, like, hello, what year are you in? It's 2021. Everyone should have a ring light.
Everybody has a ring light, y'all.
So, but no, thank you so much. And
thank you.
Like I said, it's been an honor to speak with you. And I know there's only great things coming. And this is just the beginning of greatness. So
thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning into another episode of Lifestyle of the Broken Creative Podcast. A special thanks to the star of today's show, Alan Gonzalez. Be sure to catch him hosting Project Runway Redemption, available on the Bravo app and bravotv.com. You can follow Alan's journey on social media at Alantude. And to grab some of his work, visit alantude.com. If you can, visit mealsonwheelsamerica.org and donate today to help serve food to those most in need. Remember to spread peace, love, and happiness, and always be creatively you.